Chosen one, are you looking for your purpose? Well then, hopefully by the end of this video, you have a better understanding about obtaining your purpose and getting on your mission. Like, first things first, you might feel at the moment that you've got certain capabilities, but you don't know which area to put them into. Or maybe you just feel blank, like you don't know which direction to go in. Or maybe you feel like you don't have any talents. But that's where I want to tell you that you're wrong. Everyone on earth has something that they can bring to the earth. Forget watching other people. I want you to focus on yourself. Okay? Everyone has something that they're able to do. Okay? And I don't know what that may be in your case, but there's something. And it might not just be one thing. It might be 2 things, 3 things. There might be different areas. But what at the moment, you don't see it in your eyes. Okay? But what I want you to do is sit there and draw up a plan. How old are you? Ask yourself that question. Age is nothing, yeah? But it doesn't matter what age you are. If you're young, you're old, it doesn't matter. But have a plan in place that you want to achieve. So maybe part of your purpose, maybe you want some money to open up a business. So therefore you might need to get a job to help fund that. So you can save a little bit towards that because you want to open a certain business in something like that. Or maybe you need to go back and study, do a course, even an online course. You do try not to waste your money on some course that isn't going to achieve anything, because every day nowadays people try and look down on the education system. But I will say that doing certain college courses or certain courses, even uni, if you want to advance higher, then it can be something beneficial for you, right? And it's never too late. People go back to college when they're older. People go back to uni when they're older. It's never too late. And I'm not saying that's the only answer, because we're in the future now with all of the technology. There's other areas that you can get involved into, okay? So it's just about finding your purpose. And the reason why I say this aligns with being with a chosen one about finding your purpose is because, say, for instance now, I'm going to say to myself, all right, I'm sitting here. I don't really know what I want to do in life. I don't really feel like there's anything good that I can do. But maybe at school, you wrote a good story in English class. Imagine you wrote a good, decent story, and they kind of took notice of your story that you wrote, and that's something where you're creative. You're creative because you can come up with concepts and ideas. Okay? So there may be ticking the first thing off in your list. It's getting a first draft written for your book. Just a first draft written. You can do Amazon self-publish. You could even write a kid's book, right? Amazon self-publish. Bang. That's one thing off the list. It may take time and dedication, and it will take time and dedication. Everything worthwhile takes time, right? All of these rich businessmen and stuff like that, they didn't just appear in those positions. Some of them were born into it, yes, I don't dispute that. But some of them worked hard at getting into the positions that they're at, into the prestigious positions that they're at, okay? And so what I'm saying for us chosen ones, if you want to help people, right, that could be helped in your book. You could be helping people through your book. Or maybe you want to help people in a different way, yeah? Maybe there's something that you want to do. Maybe you even want to try and do the YouTube thing. Or maybe you want to do something else. Maybe you want to, let me think. Maybe you want to get into e-commerce and you want to start selling health cures, like health tonic drinks, or I don't know what exactly it is you're going to do. But what I'm saying is there's different fields you can get into. So for example, you could say now, okay, I'm writing my book. Okay, I'm writing my book. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put in half an hour a day, try and stick to it, give or take, try and put some time into writing my book. Okay, I'm also gonna set up a website. It's not impossible to set up a website because we have tutorials on YouTube that help us learn how to set up websites, and we follow the step-by-step guide of how to do it. The only other thing we're going to be doing at that time is scanning social media, dating apps, this, that, the other. I'm saying put some time aside for yourself and find your purpose, because think about it. The reason you might think in this video, oh, he hasn't really helped me find my purpose, but what I'm giving you is something to get your hands and your teeth into. Get your hands and your teeth into something, whatever craft it might be. You might be working at the moment and you don't really have time, but then there's weekends, there's days off. It might just take you a bit longer to accomplish that book, or to build that website, or to write that album, or to write that song, or to write that screenplay for a film. These are all ideas which I'm just coming up with on the spot, right? But that's why I'm saying take the time, get a piece of paper, right? And then think of an idea. You might say to yourself, yeah, but I wrote a good story in school, but I don't really want to write a book. Well, if you don't really want to write a book, you don't have to write a book. But all I'm saying is, if you do write a book, then you're an author. It's another feather in your cap. It doesn't have to be your main whole 100% dream goal, your whole purpose. I'm saying utilize that purpose into different areas. So the purpose of saying that you're blessed with being creative, then use that creativity in different areas and let it come to fruition. Say you're not creative. You don't need to be creative to set up a website and set up a dropshipping company that sells certain products. And the thing is, even if these things fail, is it worse never doing something or failure? Is it the same thing? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all, right? Because failing at something means you tried, and that gives you purpose. That gave you purpose when you woke up every day and you wrote that album. And even if it's rejected by a major label, or it's rejected, so what? Do it independently. Or even if you get knocked back a few steps in whatever pursuit that you're pursuing, yeah, then at least you've done it. Or your business, you set it up, you get the website going, and there's no customers. Okay, all right. So then you've got to analyze, how can I improve? Nothing comes easy, but that's giving you purpose every day. And the reason why I'm saying it ties into being a chosen one is because I trust in you lot, yeah, the listeners, the chosen ones, that whatever I know for a fact, that whatever you put your mind to and whatever you desire to put your hands on, it's going to turn to gold. And I don't just mean gold in financial money, I mean spiritual wealth. Whatever you do, you're going to put your heart into it because you've got that gift. That's one thing I'll say about a chosen one. You've got that desire to do it, yeah? We go through lazy spells. Everyone goes through lazy spells. We all go through lazy spells, yeah? But you've got that desire to actually put your mind to something, okay? And this will help you find your purpose, because it's only when you look backwards. So say you're a year into dropshipping for a company and you've made some sales, even if it's a few £100s, you're a couple months in, you made a few £100 sales. It hasn't cost you really anything, not much, just like the monthly thing for either Shopify, for the platform builder, the website builder, hasn't really cost you that much. You're a few months in, that's your purpose. Then you're going to be better at the next thing you pick up, right? Like, you've got to say to yourself, people smoke weed, people drink alcohol, people take drugs, people smoke cigarettes, people endlessly scroll on social media. These aren't our purpose, yet we do those every day, or people do those every day. That's because they're addictions. So it's a matter of transforming your addictions into being hungry to achieve something. And I'm not saying it's going to happen instantly. There's going to be good days. There's going to be bad days. But you know what the difference is, and the reason why chosen ones are cut from a different cloth is because we're going to see it till the end. Yeah, we're going to see it till the end. We're going to keep going forward. I've made a video about keep going, if you want to check that out. Okay? But all I'm trying to say to you is just stay focused on your path. Okay? Stay on whatever pursuit it might be. I don't know exactly what it is, the thing that you're going to do. But all I want to do is I've brought up some ideas of concepts that could ignite something within your mind. I'm not saying that you have to do that. Think about it. Write in a book. You can write a non-fiction book. You can write a horror book. You can write a short story. You could write a kid's book. You could write a novel. You could write a romance novel. So there's so many different areas. If you was going to make an album of music, you could make rock music. You can make hip-hop music. You can make an R&B album. You can make this album. So if you wanted to make a website for selling business is, think how many businesses there are. We've only got to look around us. If, for example, you feel like the thing that's holding you back right now is money, then that's why I mentioned dropshipping, because you only need relatively small amount of money to start up a dropshipping company, right? Just to start off the first few orders and stuff like that, and the costs of the website. And it's not too much. It's only like $30 a month or something, $20 a month, £20 a month, something like that, to have one of these websites running. And it's not that expensive. So that's why I'm trying to say, if the first thing that you need to tick off your list is saying getting a job, then that's part of your purpose. But then therefore, if you're working and stacking shelves, or you're working in a car wash, or you're working, it doesn't matter what type of job you are. You're working in construction, you're working in one of these jobs. You've got a purpose in mind. So you're saving that £200 at the end of the month, and you're putting it together, and you're going to say, yeah, in a few months' time, I'll have that couple of thousand. And these figures, I'm just using them. These figures are not exactly what I'm saying. Like, you might be chasing 1,000 or 10,000. Someone else might be chasing 1 million. All I'm saying is it's the same mathematics behind the formulation of, you're in a position where you're on A, but you need to get to C, and you need to do B in order to get to C, to achieve a certain amount of money that's going to help you on your craft and in your pursuits and what you want to do as your dreams in the desired field. So all I'm trying to say to you is you might have to just get that job at the beginning to get to the point that you want to be at. We're all in different stages spiritually, and we're all in different stages financially. So all I'm saying to you is if you feel at the moment like you don't have the energy, then, doing like things like going for a walk, taking your mind somewhere. When you, instead of scrolling social, that can trigger sometimes a thought or an idea when you do something that you're not, like sometimes if you're sitting there thinking about an idea like you're thinking deeply about it, thinking, you might not get it. But you could be just having a shower or taking a walk and an idea will come to you. So that's one thing. Also, just research on social media, like YouTube, for example. I don't mean social media as such, YouTube especially, because you can look into what I've said. Like, for example, I brought up the website designing. You can do that yourself, because these things is easily accomplishable, because there's little tutorials that you can follow step by step. So you set up your laptop and you set up your phone next to it, and you study, you do it simultaneous at the same time as the person's doing it. So that can be one way, and he'll show you the ways to do it. So if you're in a position now where you're saying to yourself, all right, yeah, but I've got a phone or I've got a laptop, I don't have vice versa, then perhaps you need to get the tools in order to build your project, in order to build your purpose. So just like someone who's building a house, we use different materials, we get different trades in, you get electricians in, you get bricklayers in, you get plasterers in, you get plumbers in. We all chip in together to build a property, build a house, or build a shop, or build whatever it might be. So it's the same thing with us. If we want our goal, then we need to pick up various tools. So that tool might just be a laptop. That tool might just be a phone. That tool might just be some type of software. That tool might just be getting a membership with a e-commerce platform online. Yeah, that tool might be our pencil or pen to write a book, first draft, or a laptop to type. To type it up. So all I'm saying to you is, just try and find what it is that you want to do. And I'm going to be coming with more videos about this subject, because I think it's actually an important subject, and I want each of us to eventually get on our purpose. Yeah, I don't want anyone feeling like they're aimlessly walking around, they're lost, I haven't helped them. I don't want anyone to feel like that. So I'll make some more content about this if it's a subject that people are willing to know about, because I think it's an important one. And even if you don't think you're really interested in this subject, really we all should be. Maybe you've got it figured out and you're listening. Perhaps you've got it figured out, but I think for the people that haven't got it figured out with what their purpose is, then I think I need to speak to those people too. So take what you can from what I'm saying and disregard the rest. Like, just take the bits that you can. But all I'm saying to you is, the purpose is not just, like, think about it, yeah? Another purpose, right? It's not our whole ultimate life's purpose, but it's, most of us want to reproduce. So eventually, we might have kids already. It's not all done. If you just reproduce and you have a child, it's not over yet. You still got to do work. You still got to build that child. You still got to help that child. You still got to nurture that child, right? So if you've got to do that, it's the same thing as with a purpose. You've got to build it. You've got to nurture it. So that, think about it. If you've had children, you don't want any more kids, then that's one area of your purpose that you've got covered. You don't need to do the other area. But then there's the other areas. It's not that you don't need to do the other areas. I'm saying you've done one area, you've reproduced, you've got a happy family, but there's also stuff that we can build that you can leave as a legacy for that family. So anyway, I'll leave it there. I think I've said enough, but I'm going to touch on this topic a little bit more, because I want to try help as many of us be chasing the purpose, finding our purpose. And everything that I've mentioned in this video has been like monetary kind of means, but at the same time, it's accomplishments. It's accomplishing something. It's an accomplishing writing a book. It's accomplishing writing an album. It's accomplishing making a website. It's accomplishing getting your first sale in your e-commerce store. It's accomplishments. And then we can use this. If we make money, you can use this stuff for the better to develop other areas in which you want to develop too. Because at the end of the day, we want to help people. That's why I'm doing this channel. I want to try and help people. That's why I said to you just a moment ago, take what you can from it, disregard what you don't want to take from it, and that's basically it. Like, but it's crucial. If you are feeling lost right now and you don't know where you're going, I want you to get a piece of pen and paper tonight. Have your phone or laptop or however you're watching this, and set some goals that you want to do. And then do like a flow chart. So like, how are you going to accomplish them goals? Like I mentioned, the tools that we need. How are you going to accomplish those goals? What can you do to accomplish those goals? So say, let me just keep it minimalistic. Say you need £1,000, but you have no money. So the first thing could be, let me acquire a job. The next little box could be, save some money. Third box is, have that money. Fourth box is, £1,000. Do you see what I mean? But do this with your other areas that you want to pursue. And I'd advise you to have different pursuits. It's only 24 hours in a day, so I'm not saying you're going to be able to accomplish everything every day. But you can do a bit each day. Try and do a bit each day from every little sector. And certain sectors you can do on another day. Or if you're working during the week, you can do it on the weekends. And just any free time or make time that you have to focus on your purpose. But I'll leave the video there. I've gone on a bit long on this one. But please press the like and the subscribe button. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.